Hey and welcome back. This is going back to the NEC to be on the Reliant Owners stand for 50 years of the Reliant Robin. So there's a few things I need to get done before we can take it there. One is my master cylinder is leaking, my fog lights are not working, and I still haven't fixed the boot lock from last time, so let's go get them done. I've got a new master cylinder from CHG Classics, so we'll go and get that out of the box in a moment. We'll get that changed. It should be an easy job, just a pin through the pedal. Don't know what that is. Pin through the pedal and a couple of bolts on the front, then just got to bleed the brakes. I'm hoping the fog lights are just giving them a little wiggle, and the boot lock should just be a matter of a pin and a bolt. So fingers crossed, all easy peasy stuff. And then we get this for an MOT. So we will be at the NEC on the Reliant Owners Club stand, so do come along and take a look. Right, let's get on before it starts raining again. Right, I've treated myself to a new master cylinder. These are not easy to find. Some people modify an MG 1500 Spitfire, Triumph Spitfire, not MG. I've gone and bought the actual part from CHG Classics. They're not cheap, but I've got it here. So let's get this out and ready to go in. Let's take a look. It's very shiny. Oh. There we go, there's my new master cylinder. Let's go get it in. Okay, to remove the master cylinder should be really easy. All we've got is these two bolts here to hold it in. We've got the two lines down there. Awkward to get to, but easy enough. And then of course inside the car we have got, if I stick you under here you may be able to see, just up on there, I don't know if you can see from that angle, is quite simply a split pin and a little bar. So that easy enough, other than I've got to get my head in the footwell, probably on my back, to get that split pin out. So that's probably the worst job on it, you know, to do this one. Right, I'm gonna go find my pliers, get my head in the footwell. Right, let's put this seat all the way back to give me the best chance. A little bit more room. Fingers crossed it doesn't drip in my eye. I think a torch will help. Aha! There's a button on there somewhere. Way. Right then. Ouch! Where are you? It is quite rusty under here. You can see it's definitely been leaking. Can I do it from above? It looks like. It looks like there might be a way to do it from inside the engine bay. Let's take a look. Of course there is. I forgot about this. And there he is. Got him. He's playing hard to get. Right. Pop that pin out. Just tap him through. Come on. Through you go. There we go. Right. Remembering that hole was there was definitely easier than laying on my back under there. Thank God for that. Get the little washer off. Everything has gone so rusty. Pop the pin out. There we go, and that's out. Then they're safe. Right, undo the lines, undo the bolts, and out it comes. Oh, and just take off those. It'd probably be a good idea for me to take the brake fluid out as well. I think I've got a syringe here somewhere to do that. Can't find a syringe, so I'm going to leave it in there. and undo these main ones first, then I'll undo the lines, and hopefully yeah, that's Lucy. There we go. The top one's the easy one, it's the bottom one that's the pain. There we go. Get out of the way. Is that not turning? Oh, bugger. That one doesn't want to turn. So I'm using a 13 because the what I need to do is get the proper imperial equivalent. Right, I found my half. Pop him on, should be a better fit. Yes. It's not on a ratchet though, so lots of on-y-offy, on-y-offy. Hopefully it's not a 16 million mile boat. That's right, it is 250,000 miles long and a quarter of a turn of time, not even a quarter of a turn of time. And now with my fingertips, it's out. Gosh, that's in a bit of a state. Right, with that out, we are onto the brake lines. 7/16 on these. Hopefully, nice and easy. Obviously, I put a refurb kit on this about 2.5 years ago, so all these nuts and bolts are nice and new. Well, the ones on the lines. So I'm quite glad that these ones are still easy. Just awkward. Why not put the openings on the other side, Reliant? You made this part yourself. Why? Oh, I know. Let's just put the bits that you're going to want access in the most awkward place possible. Over this side, be nice. This side, it's like trying to do it through my letterbox. And then a quarter of a turn of time again, they are finally undone. How easy is this going to be to get out? And there it is. Right, the new one doesn't come with one of these, so I've got to take this off. That looks like it's going to be a ball ache as well. Oh, I'm dripping brake fluid everywhere. The reason I'm taking this one off is it's leaking from in here. This car had been stood in a blackberry bush for 11 years, if you remember. I should have put a new one in when I did the brakes first time round, but I ended up doing a refurb and cleaning out the piston. That's eventually failed, so now it's just time for a new one. Right, these are looking quite rusted. Big old Phillips head. I think I got some chunky Phillipses here to clean, to do this, so it should fit in. What I am going to do is get some of this on it. And just leave those soak. That's way too much. Right, let's hope that does something. And while that's soaking, May as well change the boot lock. Right, boot lock, that is in here, and I'm going to have to do a bit of climbing through because this is what snapped. And so look, let's get you on there. So this is part of the mechanism, and this is what snapped on the old one. The lock is there. There we go. Right, this should be 2 pressure plates and out it pops. It's up there. Oh, they're looking at me. Wrong way. Don't look at me. Up in there. There's a plate here, which I'm going to pop off, and then this will slide out. And there's one broken lock. We snapped the barrel there. One thing I have realised though is there's meant to be a little S pin on here which connects it to the latch, and I can't remember where I put it. Put it somewhere safe in a box. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to get this fitted, and then I'll find the clip and we'll stick that on later. So should just pop it through, and then this pin, all it does is slides through the gaps there and holds it in place, but it's a bit tight. And how I broke the other one was I put the screwdriver in there against it, and I went like that, and the casing snapped rather than the pin moving. So I'm going to be much more careful putting this one back on. So there's not much to see, but this one is mainly about swearing now. I couldn't get the pin in at all, so I've taken this really thin paper gasket out, and that's allowed me to catch it into place. And I think it's on. Feels tight. I feel like I need to there we go, and now it's on. Right, just as a temporary measure to make every tinkerer out there super proud of me, let's do a cable tie. Let's see if that works. I think that's what we call job done. Right, before I forget, I'm going to change the key off here. Check that one away. Put this one on here, because guaranteed I'll forget, and then I'll get somewhere I won't be able to open the boot. Done. Right, my next issue is the fog light. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the panel off in the back, stick my arm in, give the lights a wiggle, and hopefully that'll fix it. There's the access panel there. 2 Phillips screws, that'll come off, stick my hand in. Let's give it a try. Well, the bulb is good, but they are a little bit, so I'll give those a bit of a rub. Can't get the bulb back in, I'm resorting to taking the cluster off. Now, it's not so bad for me because these are new ones. Again, I fitted them 2 years ago, so they should come off alright. If you've got an older car, it's a pain in the arse because they rust on. Right, after having a good fiddle of the back clusters, the fog lights are still not working. Everything else is working. So what I'm doing now is I'm checking if there's power to the light switch, and I've got my multimeter, set it on to 12 volts, and I'll stick it into the socket there, and let's So look, those lights are on. So there, it's showing 7.5, but I sure it's fine. So the other thing I'm going to check is continuity. Switch it round to continuity on there. When these touch, it should make a beep. Well, the beep stopped working, but it is showing on the screen that it's working. So let me test the continuity across this switch. Switch is off, nothing. Switch is on, nothing. I think I've got a knackered switch. So, I know the front one works, and you don't need the front ones for an MOT. Let's see if I got rear fogs. Nope. That's annoying. Why would that be then? Why would that be? There's definitely no continuity across that switch. There's continuity across the other switch. Right, while I sulk about the fog lights because I can't work out what's going on there, fingers crossed these bolts will come undone on the old master cylinder. Let's take a look. Right, my GoPro's just gone flat, so I have no chance of doing it. So I've got this 13/16 around my spanner. Let's see if this is going to work. Right, that is one of them coming out. Right, I think this one in here is too far gone, so that is going to be. Let me see if I can put enough weight on it to get it to even bite. Nope. Tempted to run the grinder under there. This is knackered anyway. Found my extension lead after like an hour of looking. I say an hour, 10 minutes. I spend more time looking for my tools than I do using them. There we go, that definitely wasn't worth messing around with. Right, give that a clean. I wonder if it's dishwasher friendly. So here is the nice shiny new one from CHG Classics. I'm going to fit it without putting the, what do I call it, back on it, because it'll give me a bit more room, and then I'll put that on once it's in. Right, master cylinder installed. We just need to bleed the brakes. Got my wonderful assistant there to push the pedals. I've got the master cylinder topped up. Goes away. He's doing fabulous. He's just showing off because he's got hair and I haven't. Under here, we're gonna do the on and off on the valve down into a jar. I'll put you over here so you can laugh at me lying on the floor. Right then, Sam, when I say down, push the pedal down, and when I say up, you take your foot off it, okay? Right, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. What do you know, you down or up? Okay. down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Right, brakes are all done. Assistant no longer needed.
Bye.
Right, go on, get a bed.
No.
Right, so all the backlights are working apart from the fog lights. I've changed the switch up the front, so I know the switch is working. So what I'm going to do now, I've taken the cluster back out. I'm going to check we're getting 12 volt down to the bulb. I'm going to check continuity across the bulb, and I'm going to check continuity across the bulb holder and see what we're getting. So my fog light switch is on. I've got this set to 20 volts. So let's go across there. So not great signal. But we've definitely got current coming down there. It's only 10 volts, so needs a bit of a clean up. So that's good. I've got the bulb here. Turn it around to continuity. One on the bottom. Look if I can hold it there. So we got a good bulb, and then let's put the bulb in. Let's check across the holder. And we've got continuity across the holder, so really this should work. So unless these are not contacting properly, and that's our problem, because I don't know if you can see this, I'm flickering the fog light on, so it's a connectivity problem between the bulb and this contact and that contact. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean these up and then see if I can just make them sit nicer against these. And there we have it, working fog light. Right, same as the other side. And now we're ready for the MOT. Oh, a little bit lumpy, which is cold, but we are off for the MOT. And fingers crossed all is good there. And then, got to give it a good old clean and polish and get it ready to go on the stand at the NEC. So we'll be there on the Reliant Owners Club stand, helping celebrate 50 years of the Reliant Robin. Or the Robin Reliant, as most people like to call it. We'll be there with a Mark 1, this Mark 2, which is an LE93, which celebrated 20 years of the Robin, and a Mark 3 as well. So it should be a nice display. Andy Plum will be there, one of the designers of the Robin. So do come along to the stand, say hello, check the cars out, have a chat, grab a sticker, and all that other good stuff. So, right, MOT time. Fingers crossed. And it's good news! We have a pass! One or two little things I need to sort out, but generally a pretty clean pass, so we're happy with that. So we're all good for another year of motoring. That means we're definitely driving it up to the NEC and not taking it on a trailer. Because these things are meant to be driven. So it should be a fairly nice blast up the motorway from South Wales to Birmingham. On that happy note, I shall bid you farewell and I will see you at the NEC. Take care.